Hey, happy Friday. It's Joe Friday with Donna Owens from the Women's Freedom Rally.
Hi.
So, I'm so glad you're in Topeka.
Happen to be traveling here from western Kansas, Garden City.
Great. And on your way to
Tennessee to see my grandsons.
Man, that's fantastic.
Yes.
I got to sit in on the meeting with the volunteers, and that was very informative. How did you find all those volunteers?
You know, honestly, it's been the support of our local bike community. Women in the Wind has a very strong chapter here, and we've worked with them before, and we just started talking to them, telling them, hey, we need this, we need that, and they reached out, and then those folks reached out, and you know, the biker community is a very close-knit family.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're there to support and help each other.
So they hosted dinner for you your first time through.
Yes.
And now they're helping you recruit volunteers.
Yes.
How many volunteers do you have so far?
140.
How many would you like to have for this event?
At least 200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be pleased. Topeka is a very giving and involved community, and there's a real good spirit now. I hope you get 200.
I think we will, especially after tonight's meeting.
Yeah. And so if you're interested in volunteering, I'll put the email contact information up for you viewers. Tell us about the event.
Kerry Collins is the founder of the Women's Freedom Ride, and she had this dream that she would like to bring all women together to support them to ride and break the world record, which is currently held by riders in Australia.
That's just wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong. They've had it for 2 years, so it's time for the United States to take over.
Has the United States had it before and then lost it?
No. There's been several attempts to try to break the world record. I know they've had some down in Texas and maybe California, I'm not real sure. Part of the feedback that has come from those is that the distance of traveling. And so part of having it in Topeka is we're central United States. So
That's
it's
true.
Easy for everybody to have a nice 1 or 2 day ride to get here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then what's in Topeka? What day do they arrive? A Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday, they'll be arriving. Friday, we have a full day. Friday morning, we'll have the Women in the Wind are going to be escorts for local rides, so that, because we have ladies coming from 34 different states right now that are registered. And then we have 3 countries that are being represented, and we even have a lady coming from Hawaii flying in. Wow. So they're going to come here, and these ladies have been so gracious to put local rides together to show them a taste of what we have in this community. And so Friday morning we'll have those. Friday afternoon we're encouraging them to go out and just see Topeka. You know, because Topeka has a lot to offer. There's so much history here. And then Friday night we have a banquet that is ticket only. It's a pre-registered banquet. And we'll have guest speakers Gloria Struck, who is a 94-year-old lady who's ridden a motorcycle her whole life, and up to a year ago was still riding a motorcycle.
Wow.
And so she's going to be a guest speaker. And then we have Terry Collier and Jen Brew, who is coming, and Jen is from Florida, Terry is Oklahoma, and they're very influential women riders who have really brought forth the support and knowledge about riding. And so they're going to be guest speakers for us Friday night. And then Saturday morning is the big record-breaking ride. It's going to be at Heartland Motorsports. We need 1,200 women to ride together for 2.5 miles to break the record.
1,200 women, 2.5 miles.
Yeah.
What's the record right now? It's not quite 1,200.
1,184.
1,184.
And they rode 2.5 miles. And so the track that we're riding on is exactly 2.5 miles. And if everything goes as we hope and plan, we really want to do 2 rounds on the track, just so it's 5 miles. Make it that harder for them to break it. Take it away from us.
So that's it. You're going to set that record and then celebrate, I hope.
We are a historic HarleyDavidson dealership. So awesome. They're going to have an after ride party for us. And with the ticket purchase and the registered folks that we have, they're getting an armband to go to the museum. So yeah, HarleyDavidson dealership is going to have a van there, food trucks, activities that go on, just to congratulate these women, because it's a feat.
Wow, that is so cool. What's the weather going to be like?
Oh, I think it's going to be perfect. No wind, not extremely hot, just a little breeze to keep us cool.
Yes, perfect.
That's what my request is.
Yeah. So choosing Topeka on the centralized location was one of the factors. It didn't have anything to do is it totally coincidental that the Kansas Chocolate Festival was that weekend?
That is totally coincidental. We really tried. We wanted to come back to Topeka 2 years ago. The Women's Freedom Ride went across the state on one of their cross-country fundraisers. And we were welcomed here at Topeka, and they brought us to the dealership. They served us lunch. We went to the VA hospital, met with several of the veterans there, just opened their arms and embraced us. So when Karen really wanted to break this record, and the first thing that she said was, we need to go back to Topeka.
Oh, good.
It's central. They're hospitable. There's so much support there. You know, again, the Women in the Wind chapter that's here just embraced us like they knew us forever. You know,
good.
And so that's how we end up coming back here to Topeka.
Great. Well, on behalf of my hometown, thank you so much for putting us on the map next weekend.
Well, thank you for having us. And if anybody wants to help volunteer, I think he's going to give us some information. We're not a corporate-sponsored, franchised anything. We're just a group of a few women who wanted to bring this all together. And everything we do, money-wise, that we raise goes to Spartan Alliance, which is a military charity. So if anybody out there wants to help sponsor anything, volunteer, get hold of us, because we want these 1,200 women from all over the world, essentially, a few of them are, all over the United States, to go home and say, wow, Kansas and Topeka is the place to go.
Great. Thanks again, Glenda.
Thank you.
And happy landings.
Thank you.